It's loading. I think it's live. Yep, it's live. All right. All right. All right. Let me hit the record button. We'll get it started. Hey, everybody. Hey, my name is Anthony Moreland, and I also have my partner in crime, Michelle, back this week as well. And so we're going to kick this off and just talk about some tips that we believe can really, really, truly help you out. We'll probably be short and sweet today, but it's okay. I would love for my partner in crime. I see she's back on the screen. So I would love for her to go first, and then I'll close it out. And then, but I encourage you to get a pen, get a paper, take you some notes, because it's going to be very, very well worth it. And I'm excited to get some nuggets from my great friend, Michelle. Michelle, are you there? I think you should be able to unmute.
I'm here, and I apologize for my super scratchy, deep voice. I've been sick for 2 weeks and still trying to kick it, but hopefully can still share some value with you guys today. So have you ever been in a season where you've got like so much on your plate that you look at your to-do list? I saw this hilarious reel last night of a dog. He's like wound up hyper, and this dog is like ripping through the room and he's spinning in circles, and the caption says, "Me when I look at my to-do list and don't know where to start." And sometimes I think that's where we can get to in business and just with everything else going on in our lives, right? We've got family, we've got kids' activities, we've got all the other things that take our attention. And the to-do list gets longer and longer and longer. And sometimes we can, we think we're being productive, right? By creating that list, by saying, yes, these are the things that I need to accomplish, that I'm going to tackle. Have you ever made that list, started working on it, then you get distracted, get busy, life's happening. You come back to that list a week later and you go, crap, everything that's still on that list still needs to be done. I do that on the regular. And so I want to share something with you today that hopefully I haven't shared it before, but if I have, it's always good to come back and touch on it again. How about instead of creating a to-do list, we create a top priorities list? And you put 3 things on that list. Maybe you do it the night before when you're getting ready to go to bed, and we look at our calendar for the next day. What's on my agenda tomorrow? Where do I have to be? When do I have to be there? Well, we know that we have our list of things that needs to be accomplished. Have you ever made that list and then you start with the little things that you're like, oh, that's not going to take me very much time. I can knock that out. I can get to that pretty quick. And you start with the little things and you're feeling accomplished because you're checking things off the list. But you ever get to the end of the day and you go, ooh, I did all the little things that weren't necessarily that important, and my big things are still there. So with our top priority list, don't put those little things, the email correspondence, the I need to follow up with this person, the small little tasks that don't take you very long. Identify the 3 things that are most significant in moving your business forward. And those things may take some time. But what I have found is that it's kind of human nature to avoid the things that are most labor intensive, most time intensive, take the most energy. So we keep ourselves feeling, I'll say feeling productive, but we're just busy. And busy and productive are not the same thing. So with that to-do list, if we're checking things off that are maybe not significant, we feel productive because we're accomplishing things that are on the list. But what we're really doing is we're procrastinating on the big things because they take more energy, more effort, and more time. We're putting it off. We're avoiding it in a sense. This is kind of an avoidance behavior. We don't want to do those things, so we busy ourselves with other little things. Well, when we do that, what happens is we're not moving forward because it's the big pieces that need to be in place so that we can advance, so that we can move forward. Because if you've ever heard the analogy of the jar, you have this mason jar full of that's empty. And then you have on the table, you've got a tub of larger rocks and then some smaller rocks and then pebbles and then sand. Well, if you fill up that mason jar with the sand first, you can't fit in the big rocks and the smaller rocks and the little pebbles. But if you fill first with the big things, the things that matter, that are important, you put those in the jar first. And then you add the things that are important but not urgent, maybe, and you put those in. You have a whole lot more room in that jar than you think you do when we start by putting the big and important things in first, by tackling those things. We're better able to accomplish all of the things. Because when you put off that big thing, you say, I'm going to do it today. And today comes and goes, and it didn't get done. And then tomorrow you look at it, and there's frustration that builds because you're like, I still have to do that. And I don't want to do it. I've got other little things. I'm going to do those things today. We put it off and we put it off. And then the next thing we know, we're a month down the road, and that thing still needs to get done. That's going to be the thing that allows us to have significant growth. So I'm going to say, if we will invest the time in those significant things, identify your top 3. Like, what are the 3 big things that you need to do right now to move yourself and your business forward? And do those things. Don't start doing the little things until you have tackled the big thing. Maybe it's something that's a big project and it's going to take you a little while to do it. That's fine. Dedicate a significant part of your day to focused progress on that task or on that project, whatever that is. When you block out your time and say, okay, the first 4 hours of my day are dedicated to this. I'm not touching any other aspect of my list of things that I know I need to accomplish these things, but I have to get this big thing accomplished. And if it's something that's going to take a while, like you can't get it done in one day, that's okay. Break it down into chunks so that you are making progress on that big thing. Because when you do that, when you put focused effort towards the big thing, whatever that looks like for you today, you're going to get to tomorrow and you're going to go, sweet, I still have to finish it, but I'm halfway there. Or I'm a quarter of the way, however much you accomplish today in that block of time that you dedicated to it, you're going to get there tomorrow and you're going to go, yes, it's not as overwhelming because I was focused yesterday and I did the hard work on the big thing. And then the next thing you know, you're going to have those big things tackled. And then you can start putting in the little things. You can start adding the things that don't take as much time. And what happens at that point is when you have the pillars in place, when you've done the hard work on the significant things that are foundational for yourself and your business, then you have more time free to focus on those follow-ups, to spend reaching out to people. When you understand your systems and you know how to utilize them, maybe that's your big thing, is learning what's the system? How do I implement it? Once you know that, then your time can be spent on the other things. And you will no longer be plagued by that frustration, by that self-sabotage, by that inability to trust yourself because you said today I'm going to do it and you didn't. And you say tomorrow, I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then it doesn't get done. What happens is we learn not to trust ourselves. We set goals, but then I didn't make it a priority. Well, what happens is then you realize, oh my gosh, I'm lying to me and I can't trust me. So instead of overwhelming yourself with a list, a page long with 27 things on it, identify the top 3 most important things. Tackle them, get them done. Then you can do a new list of 3 things, 3 more things, and 3 more things. And they build on each other. And before you know it, all 27 things on your list were done. So I know Ant has some great tips this morning about, setting those little goals and how to achieve those and using that to create forward momentum. So Ant, I'll hand it back to you, friend.
Absolutely. And I hope y'all grab nuggets because I sure did. I grabbed me some nuggets. And Michelle, you set it up just perfectly because you guys, I watch so many people dream big. And I encourage you to dream big because that's what gets your mind going. That's what really gets you going is dreaming big. I watch either people dream too big and don't have any steps or any goals to get to that dream big, or they dream too small and accomplish it and still not happy because that's not what they truly wanted. See, I don't believe God would put it on your heart, on your mind, if he didn't believe that you can achieve it. So if it's on your heart or mind, that means you can achieve it. That's that faith part. Now, faith is believing in things you cannot see all the way. And so that goes along with dreaming big, you guys. I believe you got to dream big. But then once you got the dream, you wrote the vision down, you visualize it, you got it. I always say, hey, if you don't have a vision board, write it down. I was having a great conversation with Millionaire Jackson earlier, and she told me her goal. And my next thing for her now is go print that goal out. Put it everywhere that you're going to be. On the refrigerator, we all go to the refrigerator once a day. Put it there. At least we all go at least once a day. Put it in your car visor. Put it in your mirror in your bathroom. Print that goal out and boom. But just reaching that goal at one thing, we just had this conversation, we just had this training, but I didn't say, all right, well, this is how you're going to do it. No, I said, all right, well, you got to do the little steps first. You always got to do the small steps. See, a lot of people overlook that. They want they want the dream car, they want the dream house, they want the dream title, they want the dream bank account, but they forget about the daily things that you got to do, like Michelle talked about. It's going to take, and so what I want you to do is now I want you to have that big goal, whether it's 30 days from now, 60 days from now, a year from now, whatever it may be, write it out. 5 years. You should always have, your 90-day goals, 6 months goals, 3/4 of the year goals, year goals. Where you going to be at a year from now? But then also where you're going to be at 3 years from now, where you're going to be at 5 years from now. And the big one is stretch you, would you like to be 10 years from now? And so when you break it down like that, but now we're going to come all the way back to go back to how Michelle started. So you got all those goals, those dreams and things you want to get accomplished and things you want to achieve for. But I want you to write this down because I believe a lot of people forget about this one little part. First, I want you to write small steps. I want you to write small steps. Then I want you to put a plus sign. And I want you to write small steps again. And I want you to write another plus sign. And we're going to put small steps again. And then you put that equal sign, and then it's going to say big results. Because, see, a lot of times you don't get to the big results unless you do small steps after small steps after small steps. Sometimes you still ain't reached the big result. You got to do more small steps, more small steps. I could have kept going on and on because we all know that that's what it takes. And And what I'm telling you now is that if you want that big result, start today. Because it's going to take you to get to like a little step or a significant result, I should say. It's going to take you 90 days. Lance is a trainer. He's trained for all kinds of things. He knows that it takes 90 days before you really can start really seeing some true significant change. But that's it. A lot of people overlook that. That's in anything in life. Think about it. You got a brand new job. You're just getting started. How long is it going to take you before you really get comfortable at that job? 90 days. It's going to take you 90 days. You may feel like you got it going on in 2 or 3 weeks, but in 90 days, that's when you experience some of the good and the bad. So it's kind of like, it's just like that. And the same thing in the classroom. It's the same thing on the track. It's the same thing on the football field. Why do you think off season in football is 90 days? Anybody ever thought about that? It's 3 months of training. These people who get paid millions of dollars, 3 months of training, but it's 3 months of consistent action every day. They do small steps. They don't come in their first day of off season and give them the helmet, pads, and say, put them on. No, it's you just get the helmet today. And we're going to do some walkthroughs. But that's the same thing with your business. You do a little bit, and a little bit, the small steps. You can change your life, whether it be for weight loss, whether it be a financial gain, whether it be learning a new skill. Maybe you want to get better at inviting. You want to get better at presentation, whatever it may be. It's going to take some time. And within that 90 days, that's why I say set a 90-day goal. What is your 90-day goal? Where would you like to be 90 days from now? How many people would you like in your organization 90 days from now? How many people would you like to be interacting with? 90 days. I know you may have that big goal, but 90 days. Let's break it back down to this small stepping stone. So today is March 8th. So you got April 8th, May 8th. We got June 8th. That's 9. I believe that'd be 9 days. My math may be off. Something like that. It's close. But what would you like to be around that? Or let's just push it to July 1st, because that'd be halfway year more on the year. What would you like to be? What is your goal for that? For these next few months, what is your goal? Okay, now what are the small steps you're going to take every single day? It's kind of like anything that you ever want to do in life. It's like moving. You don't say, hey, I'm going to move. Matter of fact, I know the Jacksons just moved recently. Well, they didn't just say, all right, we're moving. And then the day of, they threw everything. No, they slowly but surely put some stuff in the box, put some more stuff in the box. And one day they had a little bit extra time. They put more stuff in different boxes and they boxed it up and it was ready to go. See, that's the same thing with your life. Think about your business as you moving. You're not going to try to do everything on one day. No, you're going to do one box or maybe two this day. You're going to do 1 or 2 boxes this day. So, okay, well, let's think about the boxes. I'm going to make a call, do a presentation. Make a call, do a presentation. Make 2 calls, do 2 presentations. Every single day, if you use the things that we do already in natural life towards your business, you will start to see progression. For instance, for anybody who was on early, Lance showed us a project he's working on, some work he's doing. Well, right now, it just looked like Lance is getting dirty. It don't look like the finished project. It takes time. He got to do a little bit here, a little bit here, remove some stuff, add some stuff. Same thing you got to do with your business. You got to do the presentation. You got to realize, oh, you know what? I could have done a little bit better there. Let me tweak it here. I got to tweak it there. And that's what you got to do, you guys. And so as you're doing these small steps each time, what I encourage you to do is continue to build for the different events that you got going on in your life. Whether it's all events, it's all types of events, you guys. A 3-way call. You got events with presentations, like sit-down meetings, parties. You have big corporate events. You have individual or regional events. What events are you building for in your small steps? Because I'm going to tell you this. If you feel that you can do everything by yourself, you'll fail. You'll fail. Matter of fact, that goes to anything in life. If you think you can succeed in life without God and Jesus, I think you're in big trouble. If you believe you can have a happy marriage all by yourself without your spouse, you're in big trouble. If you think you can raise your kids without no other help, you're in big trouble. You see what I'm saying? Everything in life comes with other people that help you out. So why do you get into this business thinking you're going to do everything by yourself and have success? It doesn't work like that. So build for the events. Allow the events to help you grow your business. Meaning we have tons of events coming up, whether it be the one in Jackson, Tennessee for a regional event. You're going to see Deanna Latson on the products in North Carolina. We got Destin, you got Vegas. It doesn't matter, but you got to learn how to build for those. You got to be there. Two, who are you bringing with you? How many people are you bringing with you? Because events, that's where leaders are made. That's where you learn. That's where you really get re-sparked up. Trust me. Ask anybody who's missed an event, how did they energy level feel after missing one? It wasn't good. Ask a person who went to an event how their energy level was. It was sky high because they got to be around people that are going in the same direction as them. It's like when you don't go to church. For anybody who goes to the church, I ain't saying that, because church could be just us on this Zoom, we having a conversation. But when you actually go to the congregation itself and you actually there, it's something about being in the house of the Lord that makes you feel good. But miss a couple of weeks and ask yourself how you feel. It's not the same watching it on TV. See, you miss a little bit and miss enough, and guess what happens? Next thing you know, your attitude's bad, you're snapping on everybody, you're not, but it's the same thing, you guys. Everything in life revolves back around to the same thing that we do. You just got to realize okay, well, if I do it over here, I can do it over here as well. So I hope y'all got something from that. But remember, small steps after small steps after small steps equal to big results. Because you can dream big all day, but when you set the goals, you got to take these small daily action steps every single day. Every single day, or 6 days, 1 day of rest, because that's fine as well. But just remember that you have to do those every single day, and that will help you get to your goal of whatever result it is that you want, whether it's weight loss, whether it's getting fit, whether it's making extra money, whether it's making your first $1,000 in a week, first $10,000 in a month, $100,000. It doesn't matter. It all starts with the small steps every day. Action. So, Michelle, that's all I got for you. I hope y'all got value from this. I know I did. Michelle, you are the bomb.com. It's great to have you back, my friend. And you know what, you guys? We'll see y'all tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next week. We'll see y'all next week. So I'm going to unmute the line so y'all can tell Michelle how awesome she is.
Great to see you, Michelle. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Both you and Ant.
Thanks. Good to be back.
Have an awesome day.
You also.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great one, everybody. Love you guys.
Thanks, guys.